name's Kit and welcome to my crazy space. Let's get into the video. So, where do we begin? This is going to be a massive info dump on gender expression in nerd culture. So I'm going to be talking about TikTok NBs and where it all came from and my gender expression journey. I actually came out on TikTok because it seemed like the thing to do and it seemed like a safe space to do it in, because my TikTok in particular was very dominated by trans folk, and yeah, I just seemed to fit in with them. And a lot of the time cosplayers, it's basically cosplay nirvana TikTok, so it's a great place for non-binary people to use their explore their gender expression and realise whether they're trans or not. And this is a big thing in the cosplay community, because you can defend a cosplay by just saying, like, it's just cosplay. Like, if you're cosplaying a man all the time and you're AFAB, assigned female at birth, which means you're basically a woman but you're not really, you're trans, assigned female at birth, but like trans, you can sort of explore that. You can dress up as the opposite gender and have a really great time, and people will even use the correct pronouns like for you because they'll be seeing you as the character. And that's why a lot of people have come out on TikTok, because a lot of them are cosplayers who have expressed their gender, like explored the gender expression a lot, and then they've realised, hey, wait a minute, which is what happened to me, because I was just cosplaying every single day because I couldn't bring myself to not cosplay, because I didn't even like being myself anymore. Like, get that. It was weird. I didn't feel like I identified with myself anymore. I identified more with characters like Spock and Quicksilver and male characters. And I wondered over time if I was more comfortable in a binder looking like a dude for a reason. And then I thought back to my childhood when I used to dress in like army outfit, like I don't know, like green camo, and I'd only wear clothes from the boys section, and I was called a lesbian as a slur, and I didn't even know what a lesbian was, but I guess I did look a little bit like a young lesbian waiting to sprout or something. But it turns out I'm not even a woman. I'm non-binary, so yeah, it was kind of a wild ride. Let me look at my notes. I've not actually been looking at them. Oh yeah, you can find out more about what the qualities you value in yourself and others. So it's a good way of expressing what you value, and also a good way, sort of like, it's kind of cathartic. If you want to play like an evil character or a character that's a bit misunderstood, you can just be that character for the day and kind of like get out all your anger, which is amazing. Like, if you want to be Shigaraki from My Hero Academia, for example, for the day, because he's like a misunderstood character. I mean, he's pretty evil, to be fair, but it's pretty fun to play the villain sometimes. You can get out some of your angry feelings and like act like them and have like a good time, and it's just kind of like, cool, isn't it? Yeah, it's the perfect space to test out different pronouns. I think I've already mentioned this, but if you wanted to be called he for the day, or indeed she, or even they, you could play a character of that gender, or like just ask people, can you call me these pronouns, or just, you don't really need to if you're playing the character, because people will refer to the cosplayer as what the character is. So as long as you're being called the character's name and the character's like that gender, I think people are usually really happy if they're trans, or even just in general because they love the character so much and they've kindred with them. I'd like to say that I find that nerds are more accepting, nerds and geeks, more accepting than other groups of people towards trans and non-binary people, possibly because they're mostly autistic, and a lot of autistic people don't see gender the same way. We don't identify with gender the same. A lot of autistic people just like I'm autistic, we just think gender's either stupid, we don't understand it because it's more of a social construct, or we're kind of like have some strange ideas. Like I was talking to a dude the other day. This was like a few months back, and I was talking to him on the way to uni, and he said, "Look, if it's feminine, I like it. If it's a feminine guy, I like it. If it's a feminine girl, I like it. Feminine envy, I like it. That's kind of my sexuality." And I was like, "That's valid. That's perfectly valid." So yeah, gender is a really wibbly wobbly weird thing, and I don't think we should be held slave by it. I think we should be able to express it, deny it, literally just sort, not as in like saying a trans person isn't trans or the gender they've chosen. What I mean is I feel agender, I don't want a gender, no thanks, I'd leave it, like, goodbye. Goodbye, go away. Yeah, right, stay back. That's what I'm like with gender. So yeah, I'm agender fawn. I don't really identify, but never mind, who cares. Basically, another way that nerd culture is so amazing for gender expression is D&D. So you can also, this is another instance where you can play a character who is of the opposite gender, or same gender, or different sort of like alignment to you, and just explore yourself a little bit. And that's why play is so important. There was a really great lecture at my uni the other day, and it was by a games design tutor, and it was about how play is the most important thing ever because it helps you learn your identity, and it helps children learn who they are. So a lot of us repressed autistic folk do this a lot later through D&D and cosplay, because we don't necessarily age in the same, like we might have missed out on things that other kids had, like being included in games and having fun and knowing other people similar to them. So we tend to like, I mean, I know this is my experience. I've grown up and my best friends are all a lot like me, but it took me years to find them because I went through the school system and there weren't enough weirdos for me to like find the exact same person as me and befriend them and just feel like I had a family in that way, like found family. It's took a long time. So also I'd like to mention, obviously, I mean, as if I'm not going to mention Star Trek, Gene Roddenberry had this vision for the world, and it was that anybody is to be respected and treated equally despite gender, race, disability or religion. And that is like basically how I live my life. And I think a lot of autistic people who believe that have like quite a strong sense of justice believe in this, and this is sort of my people, this sort of person, the people who believe that the world should be better than it is, that it can be better, that it deserves to be better, and to try and improve it. Yeah, so modern Trek is amazing too, because there's literal characters who, I think, I cannot remember for the life of me her name, but one of the characters in Star Trek Discovery gets like blown up, and then in the next episode I think she appears with like this little bit of like stuff around her eye, and she's got a fake eye, like a robot cybernetic eye, and she just carries on. She's this disabled character who's had like a cyborg that's had some part of them destroyed, and it's normal because it's Trek, and it's just amazing. And I love how disability is seen differently in Trek, also gender. Adira is a canonically non-binary character, and I think they've really carried on the legacy with Discovery. People can hate on it all they want, it is still going to exist, and that representation is still going to be there, and that makes me so happy. So yeah, this is my small little essay on representation and gender expression in nerd culture, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any comments, comment down below. What do you think you took away from the video, and do you disagree with anything I've said, or do you really agree and want to like support? Because I'd really like to get some feedback and build some sort of like gay little community in the comments. So if you're queer and you resonated with anything I said, please comment down below. I'm dying to make some friends, and if you comment I'm more likely to upload quicker because I'll be like Oh, yay, friends! And yeah, so I hope you have a lovely day or evening, and bye bye.